All right. Welcome. Chapter 7 Text Mining, Sentiment Analysis, and Social Analytics. Describe the analytics that understand the need for text mining. Differentiate among text analytics, text mining, and data mining. Understand the different application areas for text mining. Know the process for carrying out text mining projects. Appreciate the different methods to introduce structured to text-based. Describe sentiment analysis. Develop familiarity with popular applications. So let's take a look at our vignette that we have today. And what is our vignette is looking at, our example, is the Armado Group. Is a leading manufacturing company in Italy that markets food products. Headquarters is in Italy. The company has about 7,000 employees. They want to involve marketing to dynamically align with the changing lifestyles and dietary needs of the young people aged 25 to 35. Also wants to create fun ways to engage the target segment by exploiting the potential of online marketing and social media. That is their goal. So they worked with IBM WebSphere, IBM Web Content Managing Software, to create and manage interactive content for 4 mini websites, which promote ready-to-eat and quick-to-prepare products for the fit young adults' preference and lifestyle. So within the campaign, their goal was to get younger people to do this, and with the help of IBM software, they were able to take a look at the different things. For example, they launched its campaign, TV advertising, and beach party tour. Food, the company captured comments about the product on its websites through social media using SPS software. So they're able to start commenting and hearing what the people are doing. The instrument interactive digital platform supports rapid, accurate data collection from business partners. The Interconnected is a digital platform that provided an integrating view of the company's end-to-end process and intelligent content management data that made sure that applications, social media are relevant to the brand. So this is what the vignette did. And in the end, it focused on how to increase sales through using the text mining application that we're going to be talking about. So what is text analytics and text mining? So the information age, as you know, everything has changed. Everything is now moving faster with mobile access using everyone's phone. Data information is no longer just numbers, and this is what we would call unstructured data. The vast majority of the business data is stored in text documents that's virtually unstructured. According to Merrill Lynch, 85% of all corporate data is captured and stored in some sort of unstructured format. Also, the data of unstructured is doubling about every 18 months. So we got to figure out how can we capture this. Even though the overall reaching goal of both text analytics and text mining is to turn unstructured textual data into actionable information through the application of natural language processing, or NLP, and analytics, the definition of the term, are somewhat different, at least to some experts in the field. Text analytics is a broader concept that includes information retrieval. Web mining, text mining, is primarily focused on discovering new and useful knowledge from the textual data. So as we can see in our diagram, text mining, knowledge discovered in a textual thing, informative retrieval, natural language, web mining, and data mining. All this comes into what we want. And at the bottom, you see it's all going to be coming from statistics, machine learning that we talked about last week, management science, artificial intelligence, computer science, and other disciplines. It's all about putting everything together and figure out what is being captured that we can make educated. So to compare text mining and text analytics is relatively a new term with the recent emphasis on analytics. It has been the case for many other related technical applications. Text mining is a semi-automated process of extracting patterns, useful information from large amount of unstructured data. Remember that data mining is the process of identifying valid, novel, potentially useful, and ultimately understanding patterns stored in structured databases, where the data are organized in records structured by categorical, ordinal, or continuous variable. Text mining is the same as data mining in that it has the same purpose and uses the same process, but text mining is the input of the process of collection of unstructured data, files such as Word documents, PDF, text excerpts, XML files. In essence, text mining can be thought of as a process. Let's start with imposing structures. The benefits of text mining are obvious in an area with a very large amount of textual data is being generated, such as law, academic research, financial, medicine, biology, and along with others. Likewise, market outreach programs can focus groups, generate large amounts of data, but not restricting products or services. So some of the things we want to look at: information extraction, topic tracking, summarization, categorization, clustering, concept thinking, questions and answering. These are the areas we want to focus on. Natural language processing. Let's take a look. Some of the early text mining applications use simplified representation called bag of words when introduced the structure of collection of text-based documents to classify them into two predetermined classes or clusters them into natural language grouping. In the bag of words model, text such as sentence, paragraphs, or complete documents is represented as a collection of words disregarding the grammar or the order in which the words appear. The bag of words is still used in some simple document classification tools. For instance, in a spam filter on an email or an unordered collection of words, a bag of words that is compared against different predetermined words. One bag filled with words found in spam messages, the other is filled with words found in legitimate emails. Although some of the words might be likely found in both, the spam bag will contain spam-related words such as stock, Viagra, and buy much more frequently than the legitimate bag. Naturally, we do not use words without some order or structure when in the human world. We use words and sentences which have semantics as well as syntax structure. Thus, automating a technique such as text mining need to look for ways to beyond just words, but the meaning of the word in the sentence that is structured. And that's where the natural language process comes in. The definition and scope of the word understanding is one of the major discussions in natural language processing, considering that the natural human language is vague and that true understanding of the meaning requires extensive knowledge of a topic. Will computers ever be able to understand natural language the same way as we do? Probably not right away, but it's possible with the new AI that's being developed. Part of speech tagging. It's difficult to mark up terms in the text of correspondence to a particular part of speech, such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, because part of speech demands not only on the definition of them, but also the context. Text segmentation. Some written language, such as Chinese, Japanese, and Thai, do not have single word boundaries. In these instances, a text parsing text requires the identification of word boundaries, which is often difficult. Similar challenges, similar segmentation emerges. Word sense disambiguation. Many words have more than one meaning. Selecting the meaning of these words, most sense can be accomplished only by taking into account the context within the words being used. Syntactic ambiguity. The grammar of natural language and ambiguous, that is, multiple people sentence structures often needed to be considered. Choosing the most appropriate structure usually requires a fusion of semantic and contextual information. Imperfect or irregular inputs. Foreign or region accents and focal impediments in speech and typographical or grammatical errors in text make the processing the language even more difficult. Speech acts. A sentence can often be considered an action by the speaker. The sentence structure alone may not contain enough information to define this action. For example, can you pass the class? Request a simple yes or no answer. Can you pass the salt? Is a request for a physical action of performance. The goal of artificial intelligence is to understand everything that's being said in the text and format that it is meant to be. Natural language processing has developed methods that can automatically identify the concept of a relationship between those concepts in the text. By applying unique procedures, a large amount of text, algorithms automatically acquired hundreds of thousands of items of the knowledge to use them. WordNet. Text mining applications. As the amount of unstructured data collected by organizations increases, so does the value proposition and popularity of text mining tools. Many organizations are now realizing the importance of extracting knowledge from their documents based on data repositories through the use of text mining tools. Marketing applications. Text mining can be used to increase cross-selling and upselling by analyzing the unstructured data generated by call centers. Text-generated notes from the call center, as well as transcriptions of voice conversion with customers, can be analyzed by text mining algorithms to extract novel, actionable information about customers' perceptions towards companies, products, and services. In addition, blogs users review the products at independent websites and discussions boards. The rich collection of information, once properly analyzed, can be used to increase customer satisfaction and add value to the customer. And this, as you can see, text mining is invaluable for customer relations management. Companies can text mine to analyze rich set of unstructured data combined with the relative structured data extracted from the organization collection. Now, all this sounds great, but it comes at an issue with security. One of the largest and most prominent text mining applications in the security domain is probably the high classified Echelon surveillance system. A rumor has it that Echelon is assumed to be capable of identifying the contents of a telephone call, faxes, emails, other types of data, intercepting information via the website, public switching telephone networks, and microwave links. In 2007, the European Union agency law developed an integral part capable of accessing, storing, and analyzing vast amounts of structured and unstructured data sources to track transitional organized crime, called the Overall Analysis System. The intelligence support it aims to integrate the most advanced data. The Federal Bureau, FBI, and CIA, under the direction of the Department of Homeland Security, are jointly developing a supercomputer data text mining system. The system is expected to create a gigantic amount of data warehouses along with a variety of data text mining modules to meet the knowledge discovery. Biomedical applications. Excuse me. Text mining holds great potential for the medical field in general and biomedicine, in particular for several reasons. First, published literature and publication outlets. The field is expanding at the exponential rate. Second, compared to most other fields, medicine literature is more standardized and orderly, making it minimal information sources. Finally, terminology used in literature is relatively constant, having fairly standardized words. What follows are examples of it. Experimental techniques such as DNA, microarray analysis, serial analysis of gene expression, and so on. Knowing the location of where this is will allow it to be more available. Also, text mining applications and academic applications. The issue of text mining is great, important to publishers who hold large databases of information requiring indexing for better retrieval. This is particularly true in a scientific discipline in which highly specific information is often contained within written text. Initiatives have been launched, such as Nature's proposal on open text mining interface. Academic institutions have also launched text mining initiatives, collaborative efforts between University of Manchester and Liverpool provide customized tools, research facilities within the initial focus of text mining, and the biology and biomedical sciences research has since expanded into the social science. In the United States, the School of Information, California, Berkeley is developing a program called Biotext to describe this section of the texting. Advanced analytics techniques allow this to occur. The text mining process. To be successful, text mining studies should follow a sound methodology based on best practices. Standardized process model is needed. Cross-industry standards for process of data mining, CRISP-DM, which is the industry standard for data mining projects. Even though most parts of CRISP-DM are also applicable to text mining projects, a specific process model for texting mining would include much more information elaborate. And as we can see, we have unstructured data, structured data. It all flows into one area where we're able to figure out what is the meaning. Indicates the input into the text box knowledge discovers process is the unstructured as long as structured data collected, stored, and made available to process. The output of the process is in the context specific knowledge that can be used for decision making. The controls is called the constraint that we can put in a process includes software and hardware limitations, privacy issues, difficulty related to processing the text, presented in the form of natural language. Very high level, the text mining process can be broken down into 3 consecutive tasks. Each has a specific input. Task 1, establish collection of the organization domain-specific unstructured data. Step 2, create the term document matrix, introduce the structure of the corpus, extract knowledge, discover novel patterns. Establish the corpus. The main purpose of this first activity is to collect all the documents related to the context being studied. The collection may include textual documents, XML files, emails, web pages, short notes. In addition to readily available textual data, voice recordings may also be transcribed. Once collected, the text documents are transformed and organized in a manner such that they are all the same representation an ASCII file for the computer processing. The organization of the documents can be simple, as a collected of digitalized text excerpts stored in a file folder. Step 2, this task, the digitized and organized documents are used to create the term document matrix. The rows represent the document and the columns represent the terms. The relationship between the terms and the document are characterized in indices. The goal is to convert a list of organized documents into where the cells are filled with the most appropriate indices. The assumption is that the essence of the document can be represented with a list of frequently terms of what's being said. And the last part's extracting the knowledge. Using a well-structured TDM, the potential argument with the other structured data elements, novel patterns are extracted in context problem solving, providing the classifications that now we can put numeric values to. Clustering is the unsupervised process whereby objects are classified into natural groups called clusters compared to the categorization that uses the collection of the pre-classified determination. Sentiment analysis. Human or social beings. We are adept to utilizing a variety of means to communicate. We often consult financial discussions, forums before making investment decisions, ask our friends for opinions, newly opened restaurants, and newly released movies, and conduct internet searches and read consumer reviews before we make decisions. We rely on others' opinions to make a better decision, especially in areas where we don't have the knowledge. Thanks to the growing availability of the internet area resources such as social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, online reviews, to find opinions of everything for the latest. Sentiment is a difficult word to define. It often is linked or confused with other terms like belief, view, opinion, or conviction. Sentiment suggests a settled opinion reflected on one's feeling. Sentiment has some unique properties that set it apart from the concept that might want to identify in text. Often we want to categorize text by topic. On the other hand, usually deals with 2 classes, a range of popularity or even a strength of opinion. As the field research, sentiment analysis is closely related to the computer linguistics and text mining. Sentiment analysis has many names. It is often referred to as opinion mining, subjectivity analysis, appraisal extraction. Some connections are effective with computing, The sudden upsurge of interest in the activity in the area of sentiment analysis, which deals with the automation of that. Sentiment analysis is trying to answer the question, what do people feel about a certain topic? Sentiment appears in text in two flavors: explicit, in which the subjectivity sentence directly expresses what we want. Voice of the customer, an integral part of analytics for customer relation and customer experience management systems. As an enabler of voice of the customer, to better understand and better manage customer complaints and compliments, for instance, the motion picture advertising marketing can detect negative sentiment about a movie that is soon open in theaters based on its trailers and quickly change the composite of the trailers and advertising, all mitigate negative. Similar software. Often the voice of the consumer is an individual customer's, their service and support related needs and issues. Voice of the market. VOM is about understanding aggregate opinions and trends. It's about knowing what stakeholders, customers, and potential customers influence whoever is saying about you and competitor providers the service. VOM helps companies and competitive intelligence to develop better positioning. Voice of the employee traditionally has been limited to employee satisfaction surveys. Text analytics in general and sentiment is a huge enabler of assessing the voice of the employee. Using rich, opinionated, textual data provides an effective way in allowing it. Brand management. Brand management focuses on listening to social media, where anyone, past, current, can post opinions that can damage or boost a company's reputation. A number of relatively new launch startup companies offer analytics-driven brand management services. Brand management is product and company focused. It attempts to shape perception rather than manage experience. Financial markets. Predicting the future values of individuals. Stock has been an interesting and seemingly unsolvable problem. What makes stock move up or down is anything but an exact science. Many believe that the stock market is close sentiment driven, making it anything but rational. Therefore, use of sentiment analysis in the financial market has gained significant popularity. Automated analysis of market sentiment using social media news, and so on. If done correctly, it will have it. Politics. A well-known opinion matter of a great deal in politics, because politics discussions are dominated by quotes, sarcasm, and complex references to persons, organizations, and ideas. Political is one of the most difficult and potentially fruitful areas, but analysis of the sentiment of an election forum is likely. Sentiment analysis can help understand what voters are thinking and can clearly a candidate's position on an issue. Government intelligence is another application that has been used by the intelligence agencies. For example, it has been suggested that sentiment analysis process, because the complexity of the problem, there's no readily available standardized process to conduct sentiment analysis. Web mining overview. The internet has changed the landscape for conducting businesses forever. Because of the highly connectivity, flattened the world and broadened competition field. Today's companies are increasingly facing more opportunities and more challenges. Companies within the vision and capability to deal with such volatility environment are greatly benefiting from it, whereas others who resist adopting suffer. Having engaged the presence of the internet is not a choice anymore, it's a business requirement. Customers are expected companies to offer their products and services over the internet. Customers are not only buying products and services, transactional processing. The growth of the internet and enabling technology has made data creation, data collective, data information, opinions. Delays in service, manufacturing, shipping, delivery, and customers' inquiries are no longer private incidents and accepted necessary evil. Now, thanks to social media tools, the technology of the internet, everybody knows everything. The World Wide Web serves an enormous repository of data, information, virtually everything one can see, business, personal, you name it, it's abundant amount out there. The web is perhaps the world's largest data and text repository, and the amount of information on the web is growing rapidly. Much interesting information can be found online, whose home page is linked with other pages. The web is too big for effective data mining. The web is so large and growing so rapidly that it's difficult to even quantify its size. Because of the sheer size of the web, it is not feasible to set up a data warehouse to replicate or store it in a part because of the size of it. The web is too complex. The complexity of the web page is far greater than that of the page of a traditional text document. Web pages lack unified structure. They contain more authoring styles, variations than a set of books. The web is too dynamic. This highly dynamic information source. Not only does the web grow rapidly, but its content is constantly being updated, blogs and stories. The web is not specific domain. The web serves as a broad diversity communication community and connects billions of workstations. The web has everything. Only a small portion of the information on the web is truly relevant or useful to someone. It's said that 99% of information on the web is useless. Although this might not seem obvious, it's true in that particular person in general interested in only a tiny portion of what they're looking for. The challenge has prompted many enhanced and effective ways. Web mining is the process of discovering intrinsic relationships for web data which are expressed in the form of textual linkage or usage information. The term web mining was web mining is essentially the same as data mining that uses data generated over the web. The goal is to turn vast repositories of business transactions, customer interactions, and web into actionable information. Search engines. Let's jump this over. Search engines. In this day and age, there's no denying the importance of the internet search engine. As the size and complexity of the World Wide Web increases, finding what you want is becoming a complex and laborious process. People use search engines for a variety of reasons: to learn about a product or service, to buy it, sell it, what the prices are at different locations, common issues people are discussing about, the incredible success of the popularity of Google, the most popular search engine company. Good testaments claim, which somewhat mysterious, is how many search engine actually does what it's meant, the search. Technically speaking, search engine is a popular term, information retrieval through the web. As you can see in the section, so we can look at the web, how it calls it, the autonomy of a search engine. Let's dissect the search engine and look inside. At the highest level, the search engine system is composed of two main cycles: the development cycle and the responding cycle. while on the interfacing with the World Wide Web, the other interfacing with the user. One thing that the development of the cycle can do. Development cycle. The two main components of the development cycle is a web crawler and a document indexer. The purpose of this cycle is to create a huge database of documents, pages, organizations. The reason for this is developing such repositories for the document. Web crawler, piece of software that systematically browses the World Wide Web for the purpose of finding and fetching web pages. The web crawler starts with a list of URLs to visit, which are listed in the scheduling and are often called seeds. These URLs can come from different areas. Document indexer, as the documents are found and fetched by the crawler, they have been stored in a temporary storage device. The processing of the document, because the document fetched by the web crawler might be in different formats, for the ease of processing it, it will calculate it for us. Parsing the document and creating the term. The response cycle, a query organizer. Based on the index of this, Bing, Google, and Yahoo, it's not good enough for businesses. Getting ranked in the why, all this we have to look at. Web usage mining, web analytics. The extraction of useful information generated through web pages, visits, transactions, analysis of information, collection of web servers can be used to understand the behavior analysis. Click. By using data and text mining techniques, the company might be able to discern interesting patterns. Click streams, for example, might learn 60% of the visitors who search hotels in Maui had searched earlier for airfares to Maui. Web analytics tool technology. There's numerous tools for technology because the power to measure, collect, and analyze internet data better to understand and optimize the polarity. Web analytics holds the promise of revolutionizing how business is done on a website. Mainstream has been on-site web applications historically. Using a variety of data sources, web analytics programs provide access to much valuable marketing information. Social analytics. Social analytics could be different things to different peoples based on the worldwide field of study. For instance, the dictionary definition of social analytics refers to philosophic, perspective, theoretically object of that. One definition of social analytics is somewhat different. Opposed to focusing on the social part, we're interested in the analytics. Define social analytics: monitoring, analyzing, measuring, interpreting digital interactions and relationships of people, topics, ideas, and content. Social analytics is the social structure composed of individual peoples or groups linked to one another with some type of connection, relationships. The social network perspective provides a holistic approach in analyzing the structure of dynamic social entities. The studies of these structures uses SNA to identify. A social network theoretically constructive use of social sciences throughout that. So let's review. Text mining is the discovery and knowledge of form on unstructured, mostly text-based data sources. Because their deal text mining applications are virtually everywhere. Text mining uses NLP to induce structure. Sentiments can be defined and settled opinions. Sentiment analysis is trying to answer questions. Voice of the customer, is it part of the customer relationship program? Voice of the, let's see, speech analytics. We looked at web mining. Can be defined as discovery based on the dead web structure. So for week 7, your assignment, which is an APA format, discuss questions 1 through 4. Exercise 3, your discussion question, what are commonly challenges with the sentiment analysis. So please turn that in as soon as possible, and have a wonderful day.